ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। So we will see a summary of the 10th chapter since we have completed it. And we know that the Bhagavad Gita is broadly classified into 3 shakkas, first through 6 chapters. Tvampada Vicharaha, Jiva Shatkam, and the next 6, namely 7 to 12, is Ishvara Shatkam. And the last 6 are the Asipada Vicharaha, Aikya Shatkam, Jiveshvara Aikya Shatkam. And so we are in this Ishvara Vicharaha. And we can see that transition in the 7th chapter itself, in the first shloka. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Sakta Manah Partha Yogam Yunjan Madashrayaha. And then Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yajnasyasi Tatshrunu. So Mam, he is now using the word Mam. Mam Nyasyasi. How you are going to know me. How you should know me. Like that he is saying. So that indicates that Ishvara Swarupa Varnanam. Okay. So that is the idea there. And so this, the idea of Bhagavan, Ishvara, God. God, idea of God is there in every culture. And so you can say God is the most popular person in this whole world, or the most popular entity in this world, whole world. Even the people who don't believe in God, he's popular, right? Because they don't believe in him, right? So therefore he's popular. No. Yeah, you don't exist. Okay. So therefore that fellow also is talking about God only. And so he is this, there's nothing. He beats everybody. And so this Ishvara, the creator of this world, has to be God. This idea is there in every culture, every person's mind. And so, of course, in our culture, now what to say, Srishtikarta, so is there. But then, therefore, Ishvaraha Asti. Ishvaraha Kim? Ishvaraha Asti. Asti means yes, there, no doubt. Now, because for small things, you need expertise. And you need people who know how to make these things. And complicated gadgets are coming. Even for this pot, we decided, I hope we decided that it's not easy to make a pot. Okay. So therefore, for a small thing like this, if karta is needed, ghatak karta is needed, and phone karta is needed, ityadi. Carpenter skill, only a carpenter can do. And when I was in engineering, we were supposed to spend several months learning all these various skills. So we spent few months learning carpentry. Okay. For 3 months, we used to do it. Then another 2 months, we used to do something called smithy. Smithy means you're supposed to put this iron rod in the burning cauldron of red hot, coal or whatever it was those days, put it in the left hand, make it red hot, and then bring it on the anvil and then beat it. And then you have to make it to certain specifications. Some of my classmates were very good at it. And we used to do. You're supposed to make a cube, cuboid by doing that. So all these things we used to do. And everything requires skill. So much skill is needed. We worked on the lathe. Lathe is a very important machine, which many small shops also will have, because it helps you drill holes, it helps you smoothen metallic objects, and so on and so forth. So it's a multi-purpose machine. So Ishvaraha Asti, very clear. Then Ishvaraha Anumitaha. Anumitaha means what? Now you have to infer God, because the creator of the car, etc., you can trace and figure out. Some company somewhere is doing all that. You can figure out, you read about it. But then the creator of this world, they've all assumed that he can't be here, because how can creator of the world be here? If it were here by now, he would be, we'd know. And everybody says creator is not here. Therefore, we have to infer. We have to infer who this God is. Ishvaraha Anuvitaha. Therefore, you have to then say Ishvaraha Parokshaha. Paroksha means what? Not here. Inferred, not here, and therefore there. There means it's perfect. Perfect, because there is much bigger than here. And unknown, I can immediately point to an unknown place and say God is there. That's it over. Then that's the best way to keep everybody happy. Okay, keep everybody happy for now. And so God is there. Then tell me how God looks like is the next question. Because we have to visualize, Bhagwan ko to Bhagwan ka darshan karna hai. So how do you visualize God? Then we have to rely on our Shastra. And we have traditions, of course. In the dog's world, the god of dogs is going to be a dog, right? So god of dogs will look like a dog, obviously, because it's obvious, because they think their god must be like a dog only. Otherwise, it's ridiculous. And so likewise, human beings, we're all human beings. Our God is going to look like what? Can't look like a dog. It's ridiculous. So it's got to look like human beings. And so, okay, some extra powers we will give that man or woman, doesn't matter. So hands and legs and all will give. And so this is how this Kalpita Ishvaraha. Ishvaraha Asti, Ishvaraha Anumitaha, Ishvaraha Parokshaha, Ishvaraha Kalpita Rupaha. Kalpita Rupa. How to imagine? And rely on Shastram to imagine. Of course, independently we don't imagine. And then Sarva Saktiman, Sarvajnaha, and then you assign a form. Give a form to God. Then it becomes finally meaningful to us. So that we can offer our worship. We can begin to imagine what all is given to us. And so that Karta has to be imagined. Very important. And then what happened? Then our Sanatana Dharma creates more confusion. One God, acceptable. One God is acceptable. But many gods means we have a problem there. So in our culture, we got all kinds of some Devi and all forms, gods, male, female, everything. On top of that, Ganesha also is there in between. So to cause more and more confusion. And the confusion becomes apparent. Everybody is happy until you ask them, explain to me about God. Explain to me about this. Is Hinduism polytheistic or monotheistic? You ask them, then everybody becomes quiet. And for a while they all talk. No, God, manifest different forms. Any God, your Ishtadevata, some few lines they will say. And then after 5 minutes, gas goes out. And then you ask a couple of more questions. Then you say, oh, then, okay, no, I think we should not get into these kinds of details. Okay, that's good. So we should agree not to talk about God. So this is how our understanding is shallow. And then Devi Bhagavatam is there. So she is, the goddess is the creator of the world, sustainer of the world, resolver of the world. Then Shiva Puranam is there. Then there Shiva is God. Shiva is ultimate. Then Vishnu Puranam is there. Everything is about Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. That's it. Then Bhagavatam is there. Okay, Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam, Krishna, one avatara, one amsha of Vishnu is God. Then like this, many Puranams are there. Then Harishchandra Puranam is there. That means what? Harishchandra Puranam, is Harishchandra God? Well, Harishchandra God means which house have you gone and then you found Harishchandra's picture in their puja room? I have not seen anybody like that. I have not seen. I am inspired by Harishchandra. That is okay. But I have not seen him. He is not Bhagavan. But Vyasa wrote a Puranam on him. So it's confusing for sure, I think, to say the least. And so, not only for non-Hindus it is confusing, definitely for Hindus also it is confusing. And we should accept that. So then the idea that we are supposed to have this Ishvara Darshanam somehow, because we have stories also. The stories and of Mirabai seeing Krishna. We have stories of Shabari getting moksha by Rama coming to her directly, seeking her out. And then south we have Tyagaraja and many other saints like that who got moksha by seeing Rama. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is there, Vivekananda is there. Like this, the list is endless. So the Ishvara Darshanam becomes important for us. And then, therefore, yeah, go ahead and mute yourself, Amaji. Therefore, two tracks are there now. Two tracks. What are the two tracks? One is you have to see God here itself. The other is, don't worry if you can't see him. You after death, you will be with him. How about that? That's a good deal or what? I think that's a great deal. And therefore, it's okay. Some anxiety is there, but don't worry. Don't worry. God will take care of you and you will go to heaven. And but then meditation. Some people say meditation. In the white heat of meditation, you will see that God will come. Whatever you see in that is pratyaksham. God will show himself to you. So there is that track also. Doesn't matter. All these tracks are there. Because we can't be just left hanging with an idea of God. Some completeness has to be there. Some Sayujyam has to be there, Sayujyam. Now, I have to be one with God. Why? What is wrong with, why should you have to be God with God? Why don't, he has to keep you happy, that's all. No, but that's Shastram says that. And therefore, with all these ideas, Kalpita Rupaha, etc., Eka Rupaha va Aneka Rupaha. So, Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, he wants us to begin to evolve our understanding from Ekarupa Ishvaraha to Aneka Rupa Ishvaraha to Vishwarupa Ishvaraha to all the way to Arupa Ishvara. We saw that earlier. And so that is our journey here. And so his suggestion, clue for us is, he says, if you simply say, who is the creator of this world, and then look for that creator, you will constantly be confused. You have to ask the question. Like when you go to the cloth store and you go to some big names, popular names, etc., because you want to buy a dress shirt and things like that. And so you go to a big name, okay, creator. Creator is a big name, okay. And then you go inside, then various varieties of cloth, and then you touch it like this, you see it, and then do you want terracotta? Do you want cotton? This is wrinkle-free cotton. Oh, wrinkle-free cotton? That's a great idea. How does that happen? Then you touch that cotton, you say, this cotton looks cotton only, and this one is also cotton. This is wrinkle-free. Oh, so so you are so good at figuring out all these things. Okay, material. Okay. And you find some furniture, and furniture means any type of wood is not good for you. And the plywood furniture means, oh, plywood is all sawdust, it's made up wood, it's a made wood, artificial wood. What do you want? I want some mahogany table. And then I want, because I have, what do you want mahogany table? Because I have walnut floor, because the flooring is a wooden flooring. Sometimes we have wooden flooring. So it just builds up oak, spruce, this, that, and then you're very conscious about all this. We are all conscious about the material. We're very conscious about the material. Therefore, Bhagavan says, how come you're not conscious like that about this world? Shouldn't you ask the question, what is the material with which this world is made of? Everywhere else, you taste something and say, this is not cow's milk, this is buffalo's milk. Some people are, they know all these things. I don't know how to make out these things, but so they have perfected this completely, you have perfected it. And so Bhagavan is saying, come on, why don't for a second, why don't you ask that question? What is the material with which God made this heaven? That will just transform the whole picture completely. Completely. And so, just like our Rameshji's example, ornaments and gold, that's the best example. We should stick with that. I keep going to pot because pot is here. And I struggle to show an ornament. And so this pot works for me. But yeah, if ornaments works, that's fine. And just like when I look at an ornament, my drishti goes beyond the ornament into gold. And whether it is shining, not shining, is it 22, 24, 20 carat, this carat, that carat, etc. So much. And so like that, I must ask the question. And once I ask that question, then I will begin to understand this upadana karanam, previously only nitta karanam. Now upadana karanam. I am not satisfied by the answer. No, after all, he is God. He can do something. He can get material from somewhere. What's your problem? And this kind of answer will not work for me. Being God, let him figure out how to get material. What's your problem? That's his problem. Creation is, he only create. Let him create whatever way he wants. So when we ask that question, then that upadana karanam, the material, which also I know, through my interactions and transactions, I'm conscious about what is that material I get, what is the quality of the material, everything I am conscious of. Same thing here also, upadana karanam. The greatest revelation is no object is separate from its upadana karanam. That is the key. The pot cannot be separate from clay. The ornament cannot be separate from the material of which it is made, gold. And so we can say that the world cannot be separate from the material from which it is made. Not only that, if God had to go and get some material to make this world, then there is something other than God. Then the question will come, how did the material get created? That is also part of the creation. I am asking the question, before the creation, what is the material which with this material is made? That becomes my question. The final answer is, the Kaun Banega Karodpati. Final answer. Final answer. Okay, like that. So who wants to become a millionaire? The final answer is what? A. Yatha urnanabihi srijate granate cha. Just like the spider produces the web out of itself. Okay. That's the famous Upanishad Vakyam, Mundaka Upanishad Vakyam. And so, therefore, that God to which I have attributed the Nimitta Karanatvam has to be given also Upadana Karanatvam, that Bhagavan has to be the material of this creation. And because the creation is not separate from the material, Bhagavan is pervading this world. The minute that appreciation begins to come in our minds, then what happens? Then slowly our whole outlook starts changing. Previously, I'm looking for Bhagavan to come. Now I'm not looking for Bhagavan to come anywhere. She is there all the time. Wherever I want to look, if I care to pay a little attention, Bhagavan is there. Okay. So that is the idea here. Chapters in this chapter, from 7th chapter itself started. But here, this idea of Vivarta Upadana Karana. Correct? Upadana Karanam is material. Two types of Upadana Karanams. One type of Upadana Karanam is the Karanam that changes. Milk changes into yogurt. And milk is lost. You can't ask for milk once yogurt is made. That's it. And so milk is lost. Is Bhagavan also similar? Original form lost? No. Vivarta Upadana Karanam. Vivarta Upadana Karanam. Can you give me an example of Vivarta Upadana Karanam? Yes, many examples are there. Your own dream also, your dream world. You don't change as a result of becoming the world, and you come back, the world resolves back to you. And similarly, the rope snake. What I see as a snake, the rope is the cause of the snake. The rope is the Upadana Karanam of the snake. What kind of Upadana Karanam? Did the rope transform itself to become the snake? Oh, no, it won't get transformed. It just that is magic. This is called magic. And this is our magic. This is the Vedanta magic. And rope is the Vivarta Upadana Karanam of the snake. Okay. So we have examples, enough examples to appreciate this Vivarta Upadana Karanatvam. And so, therefore, not just the external world is like this, even our internal world. Internal world means mind, body, everything falls in the same category. That Ishvara pervades the body and the world. And so in this chapter, 10th chapter, Bhagavan is giving a list of various vibhutis. Vibhuti is an aspect of God's manifestation, Ishvara's manifestation. Okay. And so it's 10.6, Mahashaya Saptapurve, Chatvaro Manavasthata, indicating mind, Manasa Putraha, by using the word Maharshaya. Then 10.8 and 10.9. Okay. Aham sarvasya prabhavaha. Mattas sarvam pravartate. So mattaha sarvam pravartate. Everything comes from me. That everything is created by me originally, but now everything comes from me, means I am pervading this world. Correct? Aham sarvasya prabhavaha bhavati. That bhavanam, that existence that is there in every object is me. I am the one that provides existence to every object. As the existence of the object, when I say cloth is, that isness is Bhagavan. Yeah. Eventually, scientifically also you look at it, you just have to, cloth is gone. Shirt is gone, fabric remains. Fabric is gone, fibers remain. Fiber is gone, cellulose remains. Cellulose is gone, something else remains. And molecules, atoms, then finally isness remains. Is all the way. Shirt is, cloth is, fabric is, fiber is, etc. Is remains. Therefore, that isness. Iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanditaha. So the idea is there in other shastrams also. Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha Sahasrakshas Sahasrapat Sabhumin Vishvato Vritva Atyatishtat Dashangulam. So, means what? Hey, every head is my head. Sahasra Shirsha Purusha. How do you imagine every head as my head? Hey, this Purusha, this Bhagavan. Imagine Bhagavan with 1,000 heads. That is what this Purusha Suktam says. 1,000 heads we can put. And imagine he has 1,000 heads. He has 1,000 heads means every head is pervaded by this Bhagavan. And then, while I am at it, let's also look at this one. Last shloka. Ekamshena sthito jagat. Where is that? Yeah, 42, the last shloka. Ekamshena sthito jagat. Correct? I remain pervading this world, and only a part of me is pervading this world. That means there is another part of me that's just there. Okay? There in Purusha Suktam, Sahasra Shishta Purushaha, Sahasrakshas Sahasrapat, Sabhumim Vishvato Vritva, Atyatishtat Dashangulam. And then Dashangulam, 10 fingers. I remain 10 fingers away from the world. 10 finger widths, something like this. You have to imagine like this. This much distance I am away from the world. I created the world, I pervade the world, but still I am away from the world by 10 finger widths. Hey, what is this 10 finger widths? Hey, I am the world. I did not become the world. Okay? Vivarta upadana karanam. So I continue to be who I am. Okay? And at the same time, I am unaffected by the world. The stress of maintenance is not there for me. Okay? Because everywhere stress is there. Now you have to manage this world. And so that stress is not there for me. Why? Because I am the clay. Pot has all kinds of stress, but clay has no stress at all. Okay? And pot has job dissatisfaction, no job satisfaction. Clay has no such problem. Okay? Therefore, very beautiful it is. Anyway, therefore, Machitta, Madgata, Pranaha, etc. We saw that before. Therefore, Bhagavan is introducing in the first 10 verses or so, 11 verses, I think, this Virad Rupa Ishvara. Introduce. Virad Rupa means what? I am the world. I am manifest as the world. This world is me. And so, I'm going to give you some examples. We'll say later. But then that Virad Rupa Ishvara is there. And therefore, my bhakti can now be transitioned from Eka Rupa Bhakti to Aneka Rupa Bhakti. Means I go to the temple and I see so many devatas there. Ganesha onwards. First you do Dandam to Ganesha like this. It's like the gatekeeper. If you don't do Dandam to me, then the rest of your prayers won't get fulfilled. Like that also there is a story like that. So, it's all very confusing. And then by chance, I did not say hello to somebody in the temple. And what happened? So cover all bases. Don't talk. Let's just go. Look. Here, there is an Aravalti mover is there in between. 63, saints are there in the temple. What do you do? Do you do namaskar to them or no? Better do namaskar because, just be safe, and then you go around big temples, it will take a long time, very long time. You can't really finish. You really can't. There is so much out there, we can't. And so, therefore, then Virad Rupa Bhakti, Eka Rupa Bhakti, Aneka Rupa Bhakti, Virad Rupa Bhakti. Virad means we have to really internalize this idea that Bhagavan is everywhere. And therefore, any form is perfectly fine for me. And therefore, my Ishta Devata also is just fine for me. This is where Ishta Devata becomes so important that I can focus on my Ishta Devata. And that Ishta Devata represents this Virat Ishvara. And I don't need to be distracted by other Devatas. This is a huge revelation for that person, this Vedanti, very big revelation. And so these ideas we can learn from this chapter. And in the beginning, uh, yeah, then 10th shloka, he says, Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Okay, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. I know we used to chant the shlokas, etc., in the summary sections. Today I'm not doing it. But if we have time, we'll chant the entire chapter towards the end of the class. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. The person who appreciates me in this manner, I will give him buddhi yoga. Means what? I will give him the complete vision. Complete vision. And yena mam upayanti, by which the person gains me. Gains me. Not by coming to heaven, etc. There's no question of coming to heaven. Here and now, I will give that person that knowledge. Okay. And then what happens? Then from 12th shloka to the 18th shloka, we've got Arjuna Uvacha. And chapter could have ended by 11. By 11, could have ended. But Arjuna is saying that you tell me a little more. This jumping from Eka Rupa Ishvara to Virat Rupa Ishvara is not possible. Not possible. If the transition is there. And so Arjuna is saying, go slow. I need little time. So tell me a little. What do you mean by Virat Rupa? Okay. And so tell me a little more about these things. And we do it all the time. We actually do it in our Vyavahara, we do it all the time. So to salute the country, you don't have to go to New Delhi or something. In any case, who said New Delhi is representing the country? Our representatives are there in New Delhi. But you don't have to go to New Delhi and salute and then come back. No, not like that. We have instruments, we have ways, we have a flag, you can salute the flag. Or you can salute, they have Bharat Mata also is there. So Bharat Mata, when you say Mata is there, we have a beautiful picture of Devi and who is standing like that in front of an India map. That's enough. Many places we use that. We use that to visualize the entire country. Okay. Like that, every country has their own way of visualizing. Why? In our own homes, children are there, son, daughter are there, and then you keep a picture of the son or daughter on the wall. Yeah, why should you do that? Son is there at home, daughter is there at home. You need a picture also? I don't understand that. You don't understand because you don't have enough love in your heart. If you have a lot of love in your heart, your walls will be full of pictures of your loved ones. So, hey, for such a thing like that, for just one person, we keep them in the wallet, we keep pictures on the computer, hard disk, we have a separate hard disk, external hard disk, it goes on, and these hard disks keep multiplying like rats. And so this is our, so we need so much for one person. And so therefore we also have Saligrama to visualize Vishnu. We have Linga, Banalingam to visualize Shiva. We have Haridra Bimba to visualize Ganapati. Anything this can be used to visualize Ishvara also. And so here he is going to say in sloka number 16, Yabihi Vibhuti Bihi Lokan. He says that. Imam Svam Vyapya Tishtasi. He already says, Tvam Vyapya Tishtasi. You are there pervading. Vyapya means pervading, right? So, Yabihi, by which vibhutis, by which aspects of this world you are pervading, tell me about that. Vaktum arhasi. Sloka number 60. Vaktum arhasi means you must tell me. You must tell me. Okay? Only you can tell me. And then Katham Vidyamaham Yogin Tvam Sada Parichintayan. Tvam Parichintayan. Why do I need this? Tvam Parichintayan. I want to meditate on you. I want to think of that Upadana Karanam, Vivarta Upadana Karanam. Nimitta Karanam is clear to me, but Upadana Karanam is where the confusion is. And so, tell me all these things. And Keshu Keshu Cha Bhaveshu. Chintyosi Bhagavan Maya. Maya Chintyaha Asi. I want you to be meditated upon by me. Passive voice, he's saying. And so Chintyaha Asi, Tvamasi. You are meditated upon by me. Okay. And so Vistarena Atmanoha Yogam, etc. Okay. So then Bhagavan starts in sloka number 19 and goes all the way till 40. So, like 39, he goes giving a list of various aspects, and we saw all of that. So, this is the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. Just you see it right there. This is where all our idea of worshipping any aspect of nature, Surya being one of the most inspiring. He starts with that actually. Interesting. Adityana Maham Vishnu Jyotisham Ravihi Amshuman. He starts with sun. Very interesting it is. Ravihi and Amshuman. So this is Aditya Devata. Here Ravihi Amshuman. Pratyaksha, the one that is visible right here. So he is going to give things that are available, perceived by my eyes, as also not perceived. Swargikam. Swargikam means that which are not in this world, okay, not in Bhuloka. So Ravihi, Surya, mantra starts, Shanno Mitra Shammarunaha. Shanno Mitraha. Hey, that Mitra is invoked, that same Ravi is invoked there. Okay. No, I wake up too late. I wake up at 10 o'clock every morning. And so the sunrise and all, it's been too long. Okay. Okay, no problem. When you wake up, do you have tea or coffee? Yes. Okay. How do you make tea? Do you have to heat water, boil water, etc.? Yeah, I have to. Okay, good. You have a gas stove? Yeah, I do. Okay, there you go. Agni. Agni. That is enough. You don't have to. The same Surya Devata is there in Agni also. So you don't have to open the door also. Without opening the door or windows, right there, Bhagavan is there in front of you. You can visualize on that fire itself. And no, I have a electric induction heater. That's fine, induction heater. It's going to be a little difficult for you to see this Agni, but once the water starts boiling, or even before that, if you touch the plate, then you will know Agni Devata is very much there. Okay. So for us, there's no problem. Shanno Mitra Sham Varunaha, Shanno Bhavat Varyama, Shanna Indro Brihaspatihi, Shanno Vishnu Rurukramaha, Namo Brahmane, Namaste Vayu. Vayu. Hey, why? Why? Because I can feel the wind. I can feel it right there. You are there very much. Not that easily perceivable, but you're there. Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi. You are Brahman. You are Brahman. This mantra is so uncanny. Okay. Then Satyam Vadishyami. Okay. What about, do you speak the truth? Yes. That truth is Bhagavan. Whenever you speak the truth, visualize Bhagavan, Ishvara, God just manifesting in you. That's it. You don't have to. Tvameva pratyaksham brahmasi. Tvameva pratyaksham brahma vadishyami. Ritam vadishyami. Satyam vadishyami. It goes on and on. So these vibhutis we have seen anyway. So like this, we have Swami Paramarthanandaji mentions one mantra from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, okay, where Indohavai Namaisha Yoyam Dakshinekshan Purushaha. Akshan Purushaha. Do you have eyes? Yes, I have eyes. Meditate on the eyes. Like that. This Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says. Bhagavan is manifest as the eyes. The most important part of the body is what? If somebody asks, can point to any organ. Every organ can be used as a pratima, okay, as an alambanam, right? And so here, that is why we do like this. When the prasada is given, we take the flame, we use this gesture and then put it on our eyes. This is our culture, putting it on our eyes. Means what you have just given me, what you have just shown me is as sacred as my eyes. Because sanctity of the eyes, I know. Importance of the eyes, I know. I don't know your importance. Well, you're as important to me as my eyes. If my eyes go, my life is ruined. Like that, you are like that. I must visualize you. I must have you in my life. Okay. So therefore, Daha. Why? And that mantra is very interesting. Just by the way it is. Though he is Indra, people call him by the indirect name of Indra, it seems, because Devatas don't like to be called by their direct names. They like to be called by their indirect names, it seems. Like that the Upanishad is saying. Anyway, that's by the way. And so this chapter begins with what? Ahamatma Gudakesha. Okay. Number 20. Sarvabhutashaya sthitaha. Ahamatma Gudakesha. So there, Hamadischa Mandit. So I am that awareness. I am that awareness. How do I appreciate awareness? There is a statue, and I am standing next to the statue. There's a very big difference between the statue and me. And the difference is that I am aware of the statue. The statue is not aware of me. That's one way to say the big difference. Okay? Many other differences are there, but that awareness, that consciousness, statue also is consciousness, but that consciousness is not manifest to the point where I can say, I am aware of the entire world. I am aware. I can be quiet and be aware of the entire world. That awareness, that Chit Rupa, Chit Swarupa is how Bhagavan Sri Krishna starts this chapter. Ahamatma Gudakesha Sarva Bhutashaya Sthitaha. Okay. When I say pot is, when I say shirt is, when I say table is, that is, I am. I am that is. And don't think that is just a word in English. No. I'm talking about not a word. I'm talking about that existence is. Okay. That is how he's going to end. Okay. That is how he's going to end. He starts with consciousness, awareness, but then he ends with what? Yachapi sarva bhutanam bijam Tada aham Arjuna. Bijam, that seed. I think that's where we discussed it, right? So what is that seed? That seed is that isness. That seed is like the clay of this pot. Existence. Previously consciousness. Ahamatma Gudakesha. Now existence. I am the Sat Swarupaha. Previously Chit Swarupaha. Here Sat Swarupaha. Can I appreciate Sat? Yes, I can appreciate Sat. Because I know what exists. Every object I see exists. Object is what is. And so Sri Krishna concludes his vibhutis with this astitva, Sat Swarupa. Okay. And so Chit Swarupa and Sat Swarupa are Nirguna Brahma Vibhuti. Everything else in between is Saguna Brahma Vibhuti. Okay. Saguna Brahma easier to meditate upon, easier to appreciate. Okay. And so then Nirguna Brahma comes. And so 42, Vishtabhya. Vishtabhya aham, last line of this chapter. Vishtabhya aham idam kritsnam ekamshena sthito jagat. Idam krishnam jagat. This entire world, idam krishnam jagat, Vishtabhya, having pervaded, okay, like the clay is pervading the entire pot and the world of all clay objects, like that, Vishtabhya, Sthitaha, I remain. That is what he said in the 42nd shloka. But then, one more thing he said before he comes to that point. He said, you don't have to totally rely on my list. This is just a list I have given. Okay, na antaha asti mama divyana 40. There is no end to this list. Okay, no end to my glory, and you can make your own list. And so, whenever you look at an ant, you can visualize. You can go to Google and say ants, ecology of ants, and then you will get reams and reams of data and pages. You can study forever. And don't go to Wikipedia. Go somewhere else. Okay, and some of you are laughing because those fellows have made sure this Hinduism in India gets a second shift and dangerous. And look at how they just control the narrative. Just controlling of narrative is so important in this world. You know, I want to dominate everybody else. Some people they want to dominate. Only then they can be peaceful. They can't be number two. They have to be number one. That's it. This mentality. Okay, I have a theory of why it happens. It is because my religion, my God is superior. That is why when my God is superior, I am superior. When I am superior, my country is superior. Therefore, you must think like me. You must worship the same God that I worship. This idea comes from the scripture. Scripture is to blame for all this. Really, think about it. The scripture does not say it. That's why we don't say it. That's why for us it's very odd. We can't even imagine what I just said. We can't imagine because we treat everybody as same. All religions are same. Also, we go around saying people all religions are same. Why? Because of our dharma. That's what makes us say this. Makes a statement. They don't say it. If it is so obvious, how come they don't say it? I say it's not obvious at all. It's because it's the greatness of our dharma. And therefore, here he's saying, maintain your own list. Yadyad vibhutimat sarvam. Okay. Wherever you can see, whichever is awe-inspiring to you, use that. Just write it down. Take a note of it. You saw a spider. Making a spider, the other day I saw a video. Just goes on. And what Swamiji had taken a picture in his house. Last year I saw, he sent that video. And then just in the night time, he just turned on his light, I think. And then and the street light is there. And through the street light, we could see the Spider-Man. Just making. And this spider web Spider was the one that helped us develop the bulletproof vest. Okay. And so we had to rely on the spider for this idea. Okay. Therefore, who is God? Spider obviously is God. And then, so therefore, yadyad vibhutimat sattvam shrimad urjitam evava. Shrimadva urjitam va. Anything that's awe-inspired. Srimad, something that has something that you value. Shri means resource, wealth. Okay. Whatever you value is there, that you look at that as a manifestation of me. Or urjitam, just power, power. I've been to this Yellowstone long ago, Yellowstone in America, and they have something called this geysers, and water just comes from the earth, hot water, and then I think it's called some faithful or something, old faithful. It's been too long.
Old and faithful.
Huh?
Old and faithful.
Oh, old and faithful, because every so many minutes, 90 minutes or so, 1.5 hours, it just comes. Water comes out every 90 minutes. And comes out. People are standing and waiting because it's been time. They're all just waiting. And then exactly at that time, just water just pumps out of this bhumi. And it's just too amazing. It is just too amazing. Therefore, the energy that is fueling this earth, the people who live on this earth, how much energy? Solar energy, wind energy, nuclear energy, hydroelectric energy. This list is endless. The securing the source of energy is so important. We become so dependent on energy. But all that energy comes. That is all. If I can visualize that, then if I can visualize electricity, light, everything, fan, meditate on the fan. Nothing wrong. So now see, now our idea of meditation is also changing. How it is changing? No, I did not get meditation diksha. No problem. Bhagavan Krishna is saying, just focus on one thing and then visualize the greatness of Bhagavan. That license is giving in this shloka. And those days I remember, there was a young boy, a neighbor, right on the other building, and we used to hear him. And people used to go to his home and then sit when he was singing, just sit, because so young and he used to sing so well, and everybody could see that devatva, vibhuti, and just we used to sit and listen. No, we have no idea of music, nothing, but he will sing. He will sing, keep on singing. That is vibhuti. That is vibhuti. So, those days, very interesting. When we find something on the street or when you're digging, when you find something, like a Shivalinga you found when you dug. Those days, you know what you used to do? They used to take it to the temple and give it to the temple. Bringing home something this awesome, this is this great, I don't deserve to possess. It belongs to Bhagavan. That attitude was there. A treasure you found doesn't belong to me. Maybe it's an old historical thing. It has to be preserved. So give it to the temple those days. Temple was authority those days. And so we can keep it in the temple. That's the idea. And so some fossil is there. Yeah, the archaeological department can work on it. Correct. It doesn't belong to me. You don't display it in your, this display case. No. You see all these people displaying the, antlers of deer and all that. We've seen it in pictures in other people's homes. That's So I suppose it's okay, but first of all, that vibhuti, again, same thing, we want to use that as a vibhuti. And so here, Swami Paramatmanandaji quotes a very interesting shloka. Okay, he says, Asita giri samam syat kajjalam sindhu patre surataru vara shakha lekani patra murvi. And then likhati yadi grihitva Sharada sarvakalam. Sharada, when Saraswati decided to write Ishwara's vibhuti. So she took a pen. She needs a lot of pens, right? And so these pens made from wood. Not earth is not enough because vibhutis are too big. And so from the Swarga, the trees in the Swarga, pens were made, Lekhani, likhati, yadi likhati. And then what about paper? Yeah, then she used the surface of the earth as a paper. Patram, urvi means earth, prithvi, right? Then what about ink? Those days you may have forgotten, but there used to be, we used to fill up ink. That is a big job to do. And I used to enjoy doing that. And in the process, everything is all, hands are all, we didn't have any problem with hands becoming blue, but our parents had a lot of problem with that. And so, so that ink was needed, it seems. What it is? Kajjalam Sindhu Patre. The entire ocean was emptied and then filled up with ink. Because that much ink is needed, And then how much ink was there? As heavy as Himalayas. Asita Giri Samam. As heavy as those Himalaya mountains. That much ink was there, it seems. Yadi Sharada Sarvakalam Likhati. Sarvakalam means all time. As long as time goes, if she writes, Tadapi Tava Gunanam Isha Param Nayati. No, even then, even Saraswati is not capable of describing your glory. Like that one beautiful shloka is there. So then, so that's how this chapter ends. And this 42nd shloka, interesting. Vishtavya ahamidam krishnam ekamshena sthito jagat. So I am that. Previously, I am manifest in this world. Now you can change the language and say, the world is in me. Can I say that? The world is in me. Means the world is names and forms anyway. Finally, I'm the one who was there, is there, and will be there. Everything is Nama Rupa. Therefore, the world is in me. The Nama and Rupa are projected on me. So, world is in me, which is a seed. That statement is a seed for the next chapter. And guess what the next chapter is? The next chapter is going to be called Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga, where Krishna is going to show that the world is in me. Okay, as though, right? So, that is the Bija 42. Then there is some smoke coming. Already we have cold and allergy and all. On top of that, the people are burning all kinds of stuff. And so, I don't know when this is going to stop. And for us, we burn everything. So we believe Bhagavan is everything. So burning means just old plastic, this, that, everything we just burn. So that, we are all put it all back to earth, it should all go back to earth. So we believe in that. And this fellow doesn't know that you also will go along with this plastic. You burn plastic. Anyway, so that is the conclusion of this chapter, which is called, therefore, Vibhuti Yoga. Vibhuti Yoga. So that the description of Bhagavan's Vibhuti Yoga. And so with that, we will conclude. And we can chant this chapter another time. We chant it now. It will take some time, you know. Or if you want to chant, we can chant also. We can conclude the class in satsang, we can chant. Okay? Let's talk about it in satsang time. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om